7:37 at KPEL. Welcome back to Acadiana's Morning News. Thanks for waking up with us. On Friday, July 15th, 2016, we have made it to the weekend. And some good news, Lafayette's little brother, it came along a little bit later, little brother down to the south of us, Youngsville, is growing up. I think we've moved on from pull-ups to big girl panties.
Okay.
Our big boy briefs. We're growing up with an RV park. And a big vote happened last night. Joining us on the phone, Youngsville City Councilman Matt Romero. Good morning.
Good morning. I would think we're more of a freshman in college, maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Youngsville has moved into the dorms.
That's
Great.
Hysterical. Y'all are great. Okay, so I would like to ask you, there was a lot of discussion last night. Okay, so there was no restrictions against having an RV park, right? Or how did that work?
Yeah, technically, this all came about 5 months ago,
Yeah.
when some landowners came in and filed for a permit or requested information to get a permit for an RV park. Under our current ordinances, we have the land use ordinance, and it did not have any restrictions that really govern any type of RV parks, except a traditional business with buffer zones up, anywhere from like 25 feet or less.
So yeah, basically that's why the mayor says, look, RV. You gotta let these folks do it because there's nothing that says we can't really. Right?
No, but you're exactly right. Legally, the city could not issue the permit, but there was a gentleman's agreement to hold off till the council had the full opportunity to iron out an RV park ordinance to govern that. And I think that's why a lot of our citizens were upset last night.
I'll tell you this. Zoning and the issue of buffers, etc., never really mattered to me until I had to start looking at daycares for my kids. And then you start to think, wait a second, that's right next door, or wait a second, I have to drive through this parking lot to get there. Well, you don't necessarily want, a 30-foot RV parked next to a daycare. I mean, that's what it comes down to is really planning for the future and making sure wherever these things go, everyone's protected. It also doesn't bring down any other businesses.
Absolutely. And we took a proactive approach last night. We ended up making a proximity zone of 300 feet so that any other future developments that decide to do an RV park will have a large proximity zone next to any other residential neighborhood. That way, we're protecting all of our assets. Our biggest assets is our house, next to our children and family. And, we want to protect that for our citizens. So we did implement that. And we're looking at the land use ordinance currently. Going to start meeting on that and seeing if we need to make a little tweaks, because the last time that was actually updated was about 4 years ago. And as you know, our city used to be very spread out. We're losing a lot of those empty spaces every month.
Yeah, that's right. That's what happens with all that great growth. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You miss those spaces. Growing pains come. They do. So is there anything that can happen for the folks that live in the neighborhood adjacent to the RV park? I mean, do they have any recourse?
Of course, my trade is not a lawyer, so I don't know that for sure. But I do know this. I did talk to the group leaders of those neighborhoods, and one of them did say, look, we've had a talk with the landowners. This is happening. We'll try to both, be neighborly to each other. Hopefully it stays that way moving forward. I feel that both sides are very sensible, reasonable people. And hopefully everybody's happy, or as happy as they can be moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Any talk about either of the sides, saying, okay, we're going to work on a project to build a big fence?
Actually, the RV park, Mr. Trahan and his wife are going to abide partially to one of the parts of the ordinance that we were implementing, which is an 8-foot fence with greenage He's actually going to do that on the neighborhood side and the back side of his property.
Okay.
Which is
the north side. The north side actually has a coulee with a natural barrier that he's going to use for that.
Okay, interesting. That makes sense. All right, before we let you go, I'm interested. You had sent me a message. So, is your daughter playing? Is she playing today?
Absolutely. We actually have the 2016 Pony Softball World Series. It's the 6U girls, 5, 6, and 7, all the way up to the 16-year-old girls. Some of them playing out at majority of them playing out at the sports complex. Some playing at Pelican Park. But yes, my daughter and her team are playing today. We finished our pool play, and now bracket play is underway. And I'll tell you what, the feeling out there when you go out there, there's 97 teams that came in town to play for this event, and it's just remarkable. And our sports director, Tim Robichaud, has done a fabulous job with his staff bringing things like this to us. The beginning of August, he has the Mustang Boys Baseball World Series coming. It's an international World Series. And the economic impact for our businesses and our community, and even Lafayette, it just pays dividends. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and in addition to the putting you on the map and all the money that it brings in, helps you to attract. You do a good job with this, and other groups want to come there to visit too.
Absolutely.
Matt, I want to thank you. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to say, not to get on a soapbox, but everything that's been going on, I know you kind of mentioned it last week. I just want to thank our Youngsville Fire Department, Police Department, everything that they do. We have very minimal incidents out here because they are first-class services, and I can't thank them enough for the services they provide in the wake of everything that's going on.
Well, I am glad you did that. Thank you very much for mentioning those folks, because they never get the credit they deserve. You're right.
Or enough credit. You're right.
Yeah, definitely. Matt Romero, Youngsville Councilman, thank you so much. Best of luck to your daughter's team.
Oh, thank y'all. Y'all have a great weekend.
Okay, you too. All right, coming up now, on 745.
97 teams?
97 teams, and he said now they're in, like you said, bracket play. So that's exciting. It's so exciting.
Really cool for our neighbors. Just getting started in college. Our college freshman town to our south. We appreciate it.
And while we're here, let's say thank you to all those surrounding towns, to their firemen and, Broussard Police, Broussard firefighters, Lafayette Police, Lafayette firefighters, first responders like paramedics.
Think about this, in Opelousas a couple of days ago. Yes. Yesterday is when we had the huge fire at the Prudhomme House. I was talking to someone there yesterday who said, we knew something big was going on when they passed, right at the corner of Cresswell and Union, I guess it is right there. There's the big fire station right across from King's. That they could tell the backup fire trucks were in the drive right there. And so it's like, as soon as I pulled out of my neighborhood, I knew something big was happening somewhere, even if I haven't heard about it yet, because the backup to the backup is there. They run and they jump up in there.
So all you folks in Acadiana who are first responders, firemen, policemen, paramedics, paramedics are so close to my heart too. But you people, we don't say it enough.
And who else I think they're sort of the unsung heroes, is a lot of times the brain behind moving those folks all around, the dispatchers.
Yeah.
The dispatchers, yes, are in a building and they're taking it, but they're talking people literally sometimes off a ledge, and assessing a medical situation before personnel can get there and everything like that. So we appreciate you.
Yeah. So thank you.
746 at KPEL.